Let's talk about different ways that teachers and parent-teacher organizations, PTOs, PTAs, maybe your group has another name, how they can collaborate, because it is so important for these to really, your guys are stakeholders in the educational process, to like come together and make good things happen. So if we haven't yet met, I'm Christina Heideck. I'm a PTO and family engagement expert, and I'm excited to share these ideas with you because I think they can really help you view the relationship in a different way, and so that it's mutually beneficial, because you have so much in common. You have really a lot of common goals, but maybe you're not sure exactly how to work together. And so I'm just here to provide some inspiration and ideas to get you going. So the very first thing that you guys can work together on is student recognition. My PTO renewed this relationship last year when my kids are at the high school, and my PTO sponsors an award just for juniors. It's given for non-academic reasons, but juniors that are deserving of recognition for not just their grades. It could be like literally anything else, but really it's for them to serve as role models for the underclassmen. And for years, we had been doing a program separate from the rest of the school. So it was just for this one award, but not many kids knew about it. Not many people came to it other than the students that were being recognized and their families. And we thought, well, that's really not serving the whole purpose of the award if they are to be serving as role models. Like, how can they be serving as role models if, well, I guess they could be serving as role models, but they would be able to serve as better role models if their status was highlighted and kind of announced to everybody, and they were kind of more paying attention. So what we did was the school wanted to revive the department awards. And so this PTO award was wrapped into that whole student award night recognition. So it was, instead of having two separate award ceremonies, we put them all together. And so that the PTO paid for the awards, handled collecting the nominations, handled the selection process, got the actual awards, but then the school gave them out. So it was actually the student congress advisor kind of facilitated the program. And so it was just a really nice way to showcase the deserving students. So the next thing that you guys can partner on are curriculum nights. So maybe you're having a STEM night or an art night. The PTO can partner with the science teachers, the STEM teacher, or maybe the art teacher to kind of help develop programs or projects or activities for the kids and families to be doing together that would be in alignment with their own curriculum. So it can kind of help them. It'll extend the learning day. It'll present the information in a different way, maybe engage the kids in a different way. So it can be super beneficial. And this way, the PTO is just not coming up with random science experiments that maybe are not age appropriate or developmentally appropriate. You just get a better quality project or activity out of it when you have the input from somebody who's educated about that topic. Right? Classroom parties are another way that parents and teachers can collaborate especially in the lower elementary school setting. Those holiday-based classroom parties, or end of year parties, or whenever the teacher really wanted a celebration, it can be a really nice way to collaborate. So that what I found it to be was that it was a nice time at the end of the day to celebrate for, let's say it was a Valentine's Day party. The PTO would come in with different activities, and the class parents for that group would come in with the activities, but it was kind of coordinated at that school. It was coordinated by like a larger PTO room parent program. So classes were doing similar things, so that in one class, it wasn't like you had parents going over the top, gangbusters with activities, and the other class was just getting kind of whatever someone slapped together. So it was more equitable. In that time, I just viewed it as a nice time usually holiday time is so chaotic in the classroom, especially for the younger kids. And so the teacher could step back a little bit, take a breather, while the parents took up the reins of organizing the kids and keeping everything busy and in check. So the last way, and a really important way that the PTO and the teachers can collaborate, is on classroom grants. In talking with some teachers at the high school level, I came to learn that the high school's STEM program actually started with a grant from the PTO, and that it wasn't for like a lot. And this was like years ago, before like STEM was a thing. To know that the PTO played a role in that was really nice to hear, because of course you want to hear about the impact of the PTO on the school, and like that you're not just giving money and it's just going to, disposable things, or in a way that people don't have like a lasting appreciation for. That kind of warmed my heart, and I thought, oh wow, that's really nice. So you have to look at like what other things your PTO could be doing to supplement what the teachers need, or start something that they need. If they have an idea for a project, like I didn't get into the specifics of how that grant money came to be awarded. It's a nice way to see that your efforts as a parent volunteer are really paying off. I hope that you will look for other ways to support the teachers with classroom grants for things that they don't have in their budget that they're given by the school, if they're given a budget by the school, and that they're not paying for things out of their own pocket, as so many teachers do. So I hope this video has been so helpful in getting you to think about how you can work more closely with the teachers in your school and how you can support them. And also on the flip side, teachers, what you could be asking of from parents. Like maybe you could present, I don't know, maybe you've never had a classroom grant before, and maybe you're like, oh, I would like XYZ. We've had teachers come to us with grants for like bouncy balls, like the, big yoga balls, or like, well, they wouldn't be big for like little kids, but like just to get the energy out quietly, like different things like that can really add to the classroom environment and help with classroom management and make everybody happier. So anyway, I hope that this is giving you a ton of ideas. Go forth and run with them and make them your own, and then come back for my next video.